Hello and welcome back to the Loud Mouse Podcast, the only podcast where the three hosts are so overtired that they're woke as fuck. My name's FPS Diesel and we just lost monetization because I said the F word. Along with me as always is Brandon.
Hi.
And Quite.
This podcast is a labor of love at this point.
It's been like that for the last 70 episodes.
Well, it
For
would
real,
be
though.
nice if we didn't make, like, poopy money off the podcast.
Everyone listening right now, tell your mother that we need her life savings.
So we're starting a Patreon. No, I'm kidding.
I think it would be sick if we got like a Blue Apron or like somebody to sponsor us that delivers food or something. Because I just want free
Hey,
food.
DoorDash, hit me up. I pay for DoorDash Plus, dude. Hit me up.
You know you can have
Postmates,
like
premium, come
you can have
on.
like meat, like butchered meats delivered right to your door now.
Really?
Yeah, you
So I
can
can
like
order a whole butchered cow and they'll deliver me every single organ?
They're not gonna deliver you a whole ass cow, but like it's a shitload of meat. Like this
So
is
I can't
like, not
order
sponsored,
the
but-
intestines, the stomach, I can't get all those separately. Like,
well, you get the stuff that you know is good to eat. Like you get
So
some
intestine.
ribs. Well, yeah, if that's what you're about, but like I don't know who's about that.
are intestines just big spaghetti noodles that are made of meat?
You are absolutely disgusting. That's disgusting.
Because they're long pieces of flesh, right? So are they just big spaghetti noodles that you can cook, and then it's like meat?
That's not okay. That's not okay. That's really
I
gross.
just thought about this now. Okay.
Did you know that ancient Romans used to use sheep and goat intestines as condoms?
Did they take them out of the goat first, at least?
That's actually genius.
That's really gross, Quite. Yeah, they took them out of the fucking
Oh,
animals.
sorry, I was thinking of ISIS. My bad.
Did
Oh boy.
Well, that's now we're really demonetized. Anyway,
I figured it was already too late. Whatever.
I'm pretty
All right,
sure
let's
I've
just
made.
drop all the
Hold on.
words.
I'm pretty sure I've made a joke like that before, and we got a very concerned email about it. So have fun with the email next time. Anyway,
Really? How
Fuck, it's
about
international.
no? We can offset it if we just talk about real estate for like the next 5 minutes.
Well,
There'll be
I made
real
a
estate
joke,
ad.
Dude,
Yeah.
finance is finance, dude. That's where it's at. I've been investing in the stock market in Bitcoin.
yo, I've been getting stonks recently. Some stonks, stanks. I made a joke like that though, and I was just like, dude, chill. It's a fucking joke, dude.
Wait, did
Alright.
they send it to the Loudmouse account? Because I want to.
I can't remember if it was a tweet, comment, or email, dude. I don't.
Oh
it was
my
I'm
so
checking
long
our
ago.
emails because I haven't looked at it in our email in ages.
There's like nothing in there, but
It's people asking about their school projects.
If it was
least-
like a tweet,
It's
I
all.
didn't.
Wait,
I
do
didn't
you guys
see
get
it.
those like on the? We get those on the podcast, but I get that on my personal too. Do you guys? Get
No,
which ones?
people send. So somebody sent me like an email, my like business email. If you're listening to this, by the way, I don't give a shit. Tell your professor he's dumb for making you ask for permission. Anyways, so like, they were like, hey, I want to do a video or I want to do a project about this and this and this, but it's like your idea and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, YouTube content and shit's free fucking reign. What do you think this is? I'm not writing it. I'm not like, I didn't make the Mona Lisa. All right.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing: when somebody like emails you or like reaches out to you and they're like, "I'm doing a paper on this or a project on this," and they're like relating it to like YouTube or something, it's one of two things: either one, they want to be your friend, so they're trying to get your attention, or two, they're actually doing something.
Well, apparently they wanted to. So you know, like the so you guys know like the what is it called? I think it's called Life ads or episode ads. It's called Episode. The app that's like really like where you make choices and shit. It has a really weird ads where it's like, what do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
choose? Pee on them? Yeah. So they sent me an email about that video I did, and they're like, hey, I wanted to do a project on these advertisements, but it's like your idea. My professor told me to ask you, and I read it, and I was just like, dude, where do you think I got these from? Where where do you think I got these images from? They aren't my fucking images. You
Well,
can
they
do
were
whatever
they
you
were
want.
asking your permission to use those images.
Yeah, because so they asked the professor, and not the images exactly, but like the whole like the project being based around that like video, basically like how these obscure ads exist. And then he or she talked to the professor. The professor said, "Email me," and I was just like,
No, I'm gonna tell you right now that conversation didn't fucking happen. As someone who deals with professors on a daily basis, they like either that or they worded it so like poorly to their professor that their professor thought you owned a picture.
Are you sure it was a professor or a high school teacher? Because
Yeah,
I can see a
that
high
sounds
school
more
They
like a high
said
school
professor. They said professor.
They could have been like a big word exaggeration.
If you're in like an advertising class, which by the way I am in an advertising class this semester, conversations like that, it's like if you're just doing an analysis of like ads online, you don't need the permission of the advertisers.
No, I read that though, and
academically
I was
discuss
just
the
like,
ads.
I'm not even gonna respond. Like,
I would like to say I respect the initiative on a lot of these kids' ends though, who are actually doing the projects.
I get
assuming
emails
they're
about
doing
school
wrong.
projects and
Well-
shit. Like, okay, why are YouTubers the center of school projects, dude? Like,
Because
I don't
we're
know.
the people they look up to or watch.
I mean, think about how many I don't know.
I looked
like,
at
we
Robert
get so
Downey, I
many
never
every-
once
every
emailed
now
him.
and then. It's like think about how many other projects aren't being done on YouTubers.
That's true.
Like,
if I ever
fucking-
had a project and I was told to contact somebody, I would do everything in my power to not have to contact that person.
Well, the thing is like I've done papers on YouTube, but this is my job.
Yeah. See,
I
guess
mean,
if
I
you
don't think
wanted
it's
to-
bad to do. I
No, it's not
encourage
bad
it
at
actually.
all. But like, you know, when I get stupid fucking emails like, "Hey, my professor asked for permission to do blah blah blah," I'm like, I didn't make the Mona Lisa, dude. Like,
better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Don't expect me to respond to your email about like your like paper or something. But if you're like working on like a ridiculous paper for like a college or something, and like I can tell you are actually doing that, and it's about YouTube, I would be inclined to respond to that because I
Alright.
understand that that information is then used in the future. Because we're just now starting to get like influencer marketing and stuff like that happening behind the classroom, you know? So it's important to get research and have more research about this kind of like field because it's a very
So-
young field.
what Diesel is saying is if you want the answers, you have to write him a convincing lie in his business email address.
I'm not saying flood my email.
I'm
Jesus.
just translating for the people here who don't
No.
understand that they can lie.
What I'm saying is don't lie. Why would you lie? Because then you're gonna end up talking about like the driest shit with FPS.
Well, what
Diesel.
if you're
Like, what-
interested and you're not writing a paper? You just want to fucking know.
Just
If you
tweet
make-
me.
if
Just
you make
tweet
it-
me.
If you
I
make it seem
respond to
more
tweets all the
important,
time.
if you make it seem more important than it is, you'd be more inclined to respond. Therefore, if they're a good liar, you'll be more inclined to respond. So kids, polish your lying skills. It's very useful.
I mean, that's really just useful for life now, isn't it?
No, it totally fucking is. Don't even sit here and tell me lying isn't useful. It is an unfucking spoken rule that lying is useful. All right. Let's be real
It's not that
here.
unspoken. It's not that unspoken.
It's not okay. But your parent, like, you grow up and your parents are like, "Don't lie," and you still do it.
No,
They don't
well,
want you to lie to
grow up
them
and they help you
specifically.
lie. Like,
No,
They-
okay,
like,
they
they-
help you
they-
lie
okay,
in
so-
certain situations. Yes.
Growing up, they don't want you to lie to them because it makes their lives harder. But but they usually have your best interest at heart. So when it can benefit you and they're not the person who has to deal with it, in some situations they might give you advice.
That's
on how
totally
to,
true. My parents have lied
You know,
for me.
spruce things up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, your parents have lied for you, right, Diesel?
a couple of weeks ago, I pretended to be sick, and the professor said he's like, "Oh, you need a doctor's note." And
You had your mom write up something?
No. I couldn't get her to write the note. So we, like, you know, I'm still a child as much as I am an adult. You're like under your parents' insurance till you're like 25, 26.
Yeah,
Right.
it's 20,
Dependent.
it's
Yeah.
26 when it ends.
Yeah, and it's like I don't, cause I don't have like a pediatrician anymore because I'm a grown man. So it's like we found a doctor and we got them to write me a fucking doctor's note.
Just like some random doctor.
Not like some random doctor. It was like somebody who's like a doctor, and they're like, maybe you have the flu or a cold. We can't tell right now. And he's like, all right, I'll write you a letter of absence. And I'm like, oh, great. So I lied to the doctor, and then I lied to the school. So there you
well,
go.
did you go back to the doctor?
No, of course not. I'm
Exactly.
better now.
So
Like,
you just worked. It just worked. You're good.
yeah.
But
That wasn't a lie. You were sick.
I've faked being sick before, and my mom was like, "This kid needs sleep," So she would like literally like she'd just lie for me. It's so obvious I wasn't sick, but she just fucking lie for me, and I would get out of school for a day so I could sleep in. So
That would happen in high school too. Yeah.
sleep is so okay. Let's talk about sleep actually, because this is like I've been looking into this more and more because it just pops up in my fucking recommended on YouTube. But like the lack of sleep teenagers get is actually fucking criminal, with how their metabolic like time works and how their like brain processes time. It's fucking awful because their brain's literally programmed to go to sleep 2 hours later than adults and wake up 2 hours later than adults, but they're expected to wake up and go to sleep at the same time, but their body literally is pushing against it. Your fucking body, your unconscious body is telling you when to go to sleep and when to wake up, but that's not enough for laws and shit to change. Because like, what time did you guys have to wake up for high school?
Usually like 6.
Really?
I
woke
got up at
like
like
5:30.
I got up at like
I don't know,
6:30
it
at
just
the
depended.
latest.
It depended how like close you were, like on the bus route.
Yeah, so it's like you get up at like fucking 6 a.m. and like what time does you usually go to sleep? I usually want to sleep at like midnight. I get
my
like
God.
6 hours of sleep.
It used to be midnight. Then I'd usually go to bed at like 1 or 2. I was like fucking. I don't know. I didn't get a lot of sleep most nights.
See, I
Yes.
got a lot of sleep in high school because I did sports and like you pass out, like that stuff kills you.
I never did sports in high school because I didn't want to spend 2 hours after school every day fucking practicing.
Dude,
So I avoided it.
that stuff knocks you out though. Like damn.
No,
like,
it does. I can agree, but like, fuck, I did not want to do that. But like, yeah, it's like we barely got any fucking sleep, and you wake up at these early times and they expected to do shit. And I never fell asleep in class. Have any of you guys ever fell asleep in class?
I fell asleep sometimes, but it was usually for like a 5-minute thing, and then I'd be
See,
fine.
I got like traumatized because I remember there was like one kid. It was in elementary school too, and this stuck with me for my entirety of school. This one kid fell asleep in class, and he was like drooling on his desk. And he got fucking kids wrote shit in his face, and the teacher didn't notice because she would like step out of the room. And like when that happened, I was just like, I am never falling asleep in class. It has stuck with me to this point. I have just like a tremendous amount of trouble falling asleep in public places because I just don't know how like my body's gonna fucking work when I'm asleep.
Well,
So I just don't want to.
I've slept in public places because like you get to college, like you're literally on a 24-hour like time clock. You know, there's like you set time aside to sleep, which sounds disgusting. And
It
it
does
is.
sound disgusting. I think I'd rather
Like
not.
you gotta like power nap sometimes because you can't
Yeah.
squeeze it in at night.
Yeah, because you're like, okay, I won't be able to sleep tonight because I need to work on a paper. So I'm going to sleep now for 4 hours so that way then I can work on a paper till tomorrow and then go to my 8 a.m. class.
Jesus.
See, I wish I
would fall
could,
asleep
like,
in the public library, or not the public library, but like the school library, just all the time.
and then you'd like have an alarm and you'd wake up and you'd read
Actually,
a
I
little
didn't
bit
even.
and
It wouldn't even
sleep.
be the alarm. It's that it's so uncomfortable. You just wake up.
I don't know.
God.
The only time like I really fall asleep in public places is like on a train sometimes or in an Uber.
Yeah, I'll fall asleep on a train. You shouldn't do that though, because you can get like robbed easily.
Not like subways. Like I'm usually with friends when I'm on them.
I mean, yeah, but like even those trains.
See, I'd never
was
fall
always, like, in the
asleep in an
Uber,
Uber.
so.
I'd never fall asleep in an Uber, because like I just wouldn't feel comfortable falling asleep in a fucking Uber. And then I think that also is one of the issues as to why I can't fall asleep on planes, because just like
It's just
that
a big
whole,
Uber.
I
that whole
can see why.
mentality of like I don't want to fall asleep with people around me.
I can see why that'd like fucking make it difficult or some shit.
It's
My
my
strategy-
animal instincts, dude. They're kicking in.
My strategy is to just watch Endgame, and that's like 3 hours gone, and then like easy. Every time I have a long flight, Endgame.
No,
done.
literally. Okay, the long flights I took like across like the ocean, it was just like movies, and you would stack up movies. Like even if it's something in screen stuff, you'd just be like, okay, one movie down, 4 more to go.
Yeah, I'd have
I'm
like
landed.
I'd have like hours. I'd have always get like way more hours of content than I need. Like I'd binge a channel. Like I downloaded like in all of Cody Ko's backlog, a couple movies in flight entertainment, or like 3 albums. I got way more than I thought I would, like than I knew I would need. That like was more than 8 hours of content, because it's like, what if I get like sick of this particular type of thing, like halfway through, and I want to try a different kind of thing to watch and do nothing interacting with.
I
don't
just
know.
binge watched the Sherlock movies.
Fair.
I think there's only 2 actually, so I
wanna-
didn't even do it. Like
I wanna
4 or
watch,
5
like-
hours.
Next time I got like a flight, I want to watch The Raid or something.
Well, it's a good opportunity to watch shit you probably would have never watched before. because like you
Yeah.
have literally nothing to fucking do.
Yeah,
like,
most of my JoJo watching has been done on planes.
if planes were more comfortable, they would actually be like a really good chance to just have like bliss for a little bit, because it's
First
just like
class that we can't afford.
because it's like, let's say you fly for like 6 hours, right? That's 6 hours of being disconnected from the internet with only your brain, music, and probably media you saved on your phone. That's it. You don't have any Twitter, you don't have Reddit, you don't have anything.
God,
that's
I don't know
connected.
why, but that sounds like such a beautiful respite.
It actually kind of is. Like, I'm
feel
not gonna lie.
Dude, I want to go on like a proper first class flight before I die, like the ones you can like lean back on and shit. Like, I want to go on one of those before I die, just to experience that like fucking disconnect.
Well, by the time we're old and on our deathbeds, those will probably be pretty common. Or
No, by the
less
time
common.
we're old, we're gonna have standing room planes.
Those already exist in some places, don't
You
they?
I
see-
know,
you've
but
seen
I've
those,
never
like,
seen
fucking-
anybody fly in one before.
I've never seen one in an actual plane. I know there's like the funny meme that like they're like modeled in airports sometimes, but I've never seen them in an actual plane.
I would like actually die if I just sit in one of those like sit seats, or stand seats, because like they're more uncomfortable than just standing.
It's just
You
like
know?
standing while leaning on like a wall. Really,
It's essentially like standing down while also having a dildo in your ass.
Why don't we just take out all the seats and just lay down on the plane?
we'll just
we can
stack
have one big
people-
sleepover?
We'll
Who
stack
cares?
people horizontally.
So, oh my fucking god!
you mean like the ships that we for
no,
slavery?
I don't mean the ship.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say
Okay,
it.
listen. Just take out all the seats, right? Let everyone just sit wherever they want, lay wherever they want,
What,
and
and
like
then
if they
put,
die
like,
in a plane
fucking-
accident, who cares?
And then put layers of plywood for them to lay down on, chained to each other. Is
like,
that what you're gonna say?
no,
I'm sorry. I'm twisting your words. I'm very sorry.
you are absolutely twisting my words. I did not say anything of the sort.
I said it.
Anyways, let's scrap that idea. Let's get rid of planes entirely. Just fuck them.
What? Oh, and
Fuck you.
oh, now
Nothing.
this is the part where we go back to boats, right? Like,
Dude, you know, I think it would actually be cool to like. I think
Let's-
it would just be interesting to like take like a boat to the UK from the US or some shit like that.
Let's-
And that's a trip all its own.
Let's build a bridge that connects every single fucking continent, and let's switch to exclusively electric scooters for transportation.
I agree.
on a list of things that sound awful, that's up there.
Fuck it.
Hey.
Nothing.
And then let's just get rid of the internet too while we're at it. Like, it has done much good.
You know what? If I could still somehow magically make money, but we removed the whole internet component from the equation, 100% I'd take it.
Hey, if the internet
If
was
I just
gone,
got
guys,
money, that would be sick.
I'm just saying, if the internet was gone, I'd go outside more.
That too.
All
Like,
I'm saying
fucking-
is, if there was nothing to keep me inside, I'd go outside.
Yeah, like older generations always gotten like fucking younger generations asses. Like, I used to go all the time and shit. You didn't have the fucking internet, Grandpa.
You didn't have shit to do, and we don't fucking lie to my face.
Yeah, but
you
like,
know
here's the thing: are we really wasting like the best time scrolling through Reddit or looking at things on Twitter? Like,
Bruh, they used to sit in front of a fucking TV or look at a newspaper or listen to the radio sports
well,
the same
okay.
way.
Here's the thing.
TV shows.
Oh
We
my
just,
god.
us motherfuckers, at least we get more engaging content. These bitches
I-
are old.
hold on. There is content that is equally as little engaging as certain content from that time period and vice versa.
Yeah,
okay.
but
like,
video games
hold on.
literally did not
Yo,
exist.
guys,
Like,
Well, first
guys,
of all, people
guys, listen.
nowadays, oh my god.
Listen, imagine having to watch fucking plays.
See, now you can't even afford to go to them because a ticket's like $200.
I can afford that.
using, I don't.
Hey,
It's so
fuck you,
funny.
I can't.
It's so funny how like using like a fucking, I don't want to say out of date, but like an older medium has become fucking a luxury. Like vinyls are more expensive now, even though like they're I don't want to say inferior, but the older tech, and like going to plays is
Well-
a fucking like luxury thing that rich people do.
Going to the
Vine-
opera, who does that anymore? Like,
If you go to the opera, you're a fucking boomer. Anyways,
you go to
It's
the
like- it's
opera,
like-
you're
it's like all
obviously
the
a
rich
millionaire.
people going
Like,
to see Charlie Chaplin in the year 1975 in the fucking Joker movie. That's some rich people shit.
that is rich people shit.
I'm gonna watch Charlie Chaplin on a fucking theater screen for this fucking fundraiser for a government campaign.
the thing with vinyls is vinyls aren't like worse. Like, they're better sounding, but they're less convenient. So depending on who you're talking to, they are inferior. Like to me, they're inferior because I don't want to fucking load up a vinyl.
Lug around a vinyl.
Yeah, like to me they're inferior, but like to some people they are superior because they prefer the sound quality over the convenience. Meanwhile, I like the convenience factor.
See, so there's a different kind of like texture to listening to music on vinyl. It's hard to
Sounds
explain because I'm not a music person, but there's like a texture that grows with the vinyl when you have like a vinyl that's been around for a while.
It's like at risk of sounding like a fucking loser. It's a vibe.
Yeah. You know, like the lo-fi.
It's like a
hip-hop.
different.
I have a
kind of- it's
lo-fi
like a
hip hop of 10-hour vinyl.
Even if it's like not like a really audible difference, like there's just something in the feeling of it. That's not really scientific explanation, but it's not something that's really scientifically explained by someone as
No,
stupid as
I bet you there's a reason in music theory. I'm sure
that's-
somebody has some
keyword
kind of
someone as
10-minute
stupid as
video
I. Someone as
on that.
keyword stupid as I.
I'm sure there's an audio file that can answer the question.
There's probably like fucking 10
I feel
people
like I've seen a
off the top
video
of my
that's
head.
touched on this before, actually.
Well, I mean,
let's
MP3, like, Spotify bit rates and shit are actually pretty bad, but, like, we don't really notice because we're so used to it. And, like, then you add, like, wireless headphones on top of that, like, it just doesn't sound good. Like...
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just so used to this wireless headphone. Sometimes when I plug it into, like, the aux cord, when it's charging, it's like, oh, fuck, why is the audio better now? Oh, wait, because it's not wireless.
Oh,
I only use wireless
there
headphones.
actually is a video. It's by Polyphonic. It's called "The Beauty of Degraded Media." There you go.
Oh, true. Speaking of what is it? Speaking of like
Degraded
wireless
media,
stuff,
floppy
I got my fucking Google Home Mini. It came in the other day from Spotify.
Damn.
Okay,
You used
Google,
it?
turn my lights green.
Okay, Google,
It did it! It did it! My lights are green.
okay, Google, harvest my data.
They're already doing that. Don't worry.
This guy likes his lights green.
Okay, Google,
Some
turn
green
my
lights.
lights red.
This guy likes red, everybody.
There's just a Google employee like sitting there with his other buds. Just
I
being
like to imagine all the data collecting is someone literally just sitting there and manually inputting this stupid shit.
Okay, Google, turn my lights a random color.
You talk to Alexa and like some little guy in the fucking machine, like on their side, just like writing shit.
Okay,
down.
Google, shut up.
Google's reciting a speech over there. Jesus.
Yeah, Google's like, I don't understand what the fuck you're saying, dude.
Random lights. Whoa. Don't be
you
that
want me
excited.
to put a random color? Are you fucking crazy, dude? The sound quality on this thing is actually quite nice because the entire thing is just a big fucking speaker.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's the
how
same
most
thing
of
with the
them are made now.
ALXEA.
Yeah.
I don't want to set
You
it
don't
off.
wanna say it.
because you don't want
Yeah,
to
that's
turn it
just-
on.
It's like
Yeah, I don't
talking
wanna
shit
turn
about
it
the
on.
kid in the room.
Well, I mean, no, for real, because it'll hear you. You know. Like,
Yeah.
I've had
It's
it
honestly,
turn on
like-
at weird times.
It's like I'm sure I'll find it weirdly convenient. Like I won't realize what I'm using it for until like I stop using it.
I mean, well, like, what is the most functionality you get out of a smart speaker? Like, really? Like, what do you use it for?
I mean, it really is
regularly?
useful for the lights because like the remote's dead on mine for some reason.
It's useful for lights, especially Philips Hue, because those aren't like you can either use the app or you can just talk to Alexa.
Yeah, it's nice being able to talk to it and also like play random music and shit.
Yeah, and then music's a big thing as well.
Yeah, 'cause
Honestly, though, like they're kind of fucking stupid.
I don't know. It's just like a novelty thing. If I'm being honest, like it's cool. It feels cool.
Yeah,
I
and, like,
mean,
you can
it's
ask
my
the weather
alarm,
and shit.
personally, but-
You can
Oh,
also.
that-
I
oh,
mean,
that's
I just
actually
use my
good.
phone. I mean, you probably need a loud alarm though to wake up.
I probably should start using it as my alarm when I use.
I've
those,
always
'cause,
been
like, my
pretty
phone one-
sensitive to sound. So
My phone ones never fucking wake me up, dude.
Yeah, okay. I don't understand. I wish I could fucking sleep that blissfully, but I can't. Like the most like mundane shit will wake me up.
You're a light sleeper then.
I
don't
hate
know.
it. I used to be heavy, but now I'm a light sleeper. It fucking
I'm
sucks.
like really I don't know why, but like I feel like I'm a little desensitized to it because of how often I heard it growing up. Like the same, like I don't know. Growing up, I didn't change any of the default alarms on the iPhone.
No, I think that's definitely a thing as well. I mean, like, but for example, it's like Diesel's fucking snoring will wake me up. I mean, to be fair, he snores really fucking loud, but still,
For real,
it
though.
will wake me up.
Look, I snore loud because I'm a big man. Okay.
No,
How is that like when
I
you're
don't
sleeping,
even
like,
snore.
next to somebody on the same bed? Like, has everyone complained about that?
She's never okay. So she's like,
I
she's been like, you
complain.
snore. she's like, you snore real loud, and I'm like, I know I snore loud, and it's like, you can't really do anything about it.
Is
you
that
know?
like the
you
leading
just get
cause
used
of
to it.
divorce?
Yeah, snoring is
snoring?
the leading cause of
I
divorce.
fucking believe it, dude. It's just
Yeah,
I
like, I
can't
really
take
wouldn't
it
be
anymore.
surprised.
I can't take it anymore, Steve. Get in the other fucking room. Your snoring's too loud. You fucking you awful. You.
And
I don't fucking know.
It's always dudes with the loud snoring. Like,
Yeah,
It
fucking
is.
sleep apnea head ass.
It's probably something to do with our bodies. Let's be real.
I have no idea why people
I
snore
don't
loud.
snore, but apparently I fucking like screech in my sleep.
I can sleep. Okay, I can snore or talk in my sleep, but neither is common. I've been told
Yeah.
both have happened, but neither are
I've-
common.
I've been told like I sleep talk not when I'm like on a couch, but like when I'm on a different bed than usual. Like it has to be a bed. Like it has to be soft enough for me to like get into a dream state. If it's a couch, I'm too focused on trying to fucking not fall off it apparently or whatever.
Your unconscious brain just like must maintain balance. Can't sleep talk.
I don't know. Like I roll in my sleep, and I was like always scared of like falling off the edge of my bed.
See, I don't know if I roll in my sleep because, like, okay, I thought about this, right? I don't think I do because I've never really woken up on the ground or anything like that. But like, I've thought about it. I'm just like, I don't remember what position I fell asleep in, and then I
No one
wake up.
does.
Yeah, exactly. And I wake up and I'm like, did I roll in my sleep? Like, I have no fucking idea. And like, that's like, I put thought into it like a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, oh my god, I don't remember how I fall asleep.
Yeah, I never remember when I fall asleep. I only like know when I'm on the cusp, how it feels when I'm on the cusp of it, because sometimes I'm like falling asleep while holding my phone.
Then you wake up.
And then I no, because I drop my phone on my fucking face, and then like that wakes me up, and I know what the feeling right before being asleep is like.
No,
I
hate
never
that
like,
shit.
but I never realize it's happening until I've been pulled out of it. You know?
Well, so I've been pulled out of like that like teetering sleep. I've been pulled out of that literally just by my own brain regaining consciousness. Like I'll be like drifting off thinking about shit, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, wait, this is almost a dream, and then I fucking pull myself out of it. It's not
It's the most
intentional.
unsatisfying shit. You know? Like it fucking sucks. I hate our brains are stupid. Just let me sleep, bro. I'm saying, unless I need to stay up for something.
Just
in which
take
case,
a
good
lot of
night.
melatonin. That's all you need.
Melatonin will knock you the fuck out for long periods of time, but like, if you take too much of it, you'll wake up groggy because you'll still have it in your system.
Yeah,
really
I wake
rarely-
up groggy. It sucks.
I rarely take melatonin, but even when I do, it doesn't seem to work. So I don't know if I have a tolerance or if I just took it when I had caffeine in my system still, and I just like didn't realize.
Well, some people take a lot of melatonin to fall asleep. Others take less. Like for example, I usually take like 2 tablets. Like I've been told
My
that like
sink is exploding. Oh no, it's doing the thing.
is it okay? Do you need to get up and fix your thing?
I don't
Or-
know. Look, I'll tell you in a second if it smells bad. That's for sure.
I'll tell you in a second. My room floods. Anyways, so with the melatonin thing, it's like I usually need to take 2 to sleep properly. Like 1 is okay, like 1 helps, but 2 is like the best thing to knock me out. But like people have said that like if they've taken 4, they've had like sleep paralysis and lucid dreaming and like shit like that. And I tried
think-
taking 5, and it didn't happen.
Like, I mean, how connected do you think like the melatonin is really to like having sleep paralysis? Like, is that a
Well,
known
okay,
side
so
effect
the
of it?
thing, well, the thing with sleep paralysis is when your body is in a sleep state, like your physical body, but
your
brain
mind is
is
still
conscious.
conscious.
But you're also still technically in REM sleep, like your eyes are open. So that's why you hallucinate, because it's like your brain creating images and shit for dreaming. So when you do have sleep paralysis, you're basically just dreaming while awake. Like a sleep paralysis doesn't have to be like scary, at least from my understanding. It doesn't have to be scary, but it like a lot of the times it is because people are freaked out, and that's what the state of their mind that goes to. So like if someone gets sleep paralysis, they're like, wait, what the
stink
fuck? I
just
can't
hit me.
move.
Hold on, I'll be right back. You can keep having your conversation about sleep paralysis demons.
All
How-
right,
how
have fun you
connected-
think.
But is
Man,
like
that's-
having sleep paralysis like a known side effect of taking melatonin, or is that just like a thing that like some people have, just unconnected?
I don't know. I don't know if it's known, but like I'd assume that if you took enough melatonin, your body would probably reach sleep paralysis. Because like, I mean, I don't know if it's like for certain, but like I know for a fact that sleep paralysis is when your body's asleep, your brain's kind of off, but your eyes are open and you're aware. And like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
people see demons and shit when they have sleep paralysis, because they can't move and their eyes are open, So they're like, oh shit, I'm awake, but I can't move. So they immediately get freaked out, and that's why they have terrible experiences.
Yeah. Apparently, that's like a large part of like alien abduction stories. Is like
I'm not
sleep
fucking
paralysis.
surprised. I never thought about that. Holy shit. So all these people that have alien abduction stories could have literally just been in sleep
Because they're
paralysis.
hallucinating.
Man, that
yeah.
completely changed my perception.
No, because
did
I
you-
just thought they were
how-
crazy.
I,
or
I
I was
heard the
dead.
alien abductions thing with the sleep paralysis, and I'm like,
yeah,
what do you know?
It's like I've heard like that's a really big theory for like why a lot of people might be seeing.
I
fucking
just assumed
aliens
they
and
were
shit.
crazy or on drugs.
And that's why
whatever
they think
people
they
told
can't
us.
move or that they're strapped down. It's because they're having sleep paralysis.
Hmm.
Something like that.
Holy shit, all those people are just fucking crazy. They're still crazy in my
Well,
eyes.
anybody could have sleep paralysis, Brandon.
That's no, but like
They probably
took the
just didn't
sleep
know what it was, so
paralysis,
they didn't have a way to like explain it.
They took it and they're like alien abduction.
And I don't know. It's like you think a random dude in the Midwest like needs to know what sleep paralysis is, so like when that weird shit happens
Probably
to
not.
him.
Yeah.
Well, so Anthony Padilla made a video where he interviewed people who have been abducted by aliens and people who
Ooh, that
Anthony
sounds good.
Padilla. Wait, you mean
Uh,
like fucking
Smosh, yeah.
Man?
No,
Like,
his
Anthony
channel
Padilla-
is actually fucking fire now. may I
For
say.
real though. Like he's been putting out bangers, straight
No,
bangers.
it's great. He interviews these super obscure groups of people. So one of them he interviewed was the people who think they've been abducted by aliens, and one guy on there was like totally fucking bonkers, and he kept raving about how hot the alien was, and how he fucked it.
Oh,
But he's done. It's like I spent the day with series. Is pretty much all he puts on his channel. But he's like, he's done like old YouTubers, fans, other kin, fucking what is it, paparazzi,
what the fuck? This man's doing what I do.
bunch of career paths. Like he does it like twice a week. I think he does a lot.
No, like it's like pretty much all he does, except for like a few other things. But like it's good, and like eventually, yeah, he'll have the switch. But like at the moment, it's working. So
At the
he's
moment, like I feel like he's really hit his stride because he's like like it's a lot of interesting kind of topics and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, like he talked about, like he interviewed people who actually like had sugar daddies and like they were sugar babies, and they actually talked about it. I haven't watched the Visco Girls. I haven't watched any of the new ones actually.
Yeah, I
I
need
watched
to
the
fucking-
paparazzi one. The paparazzi one really makes your eyes open. You realize that they are actually huge pieces of shit, and you were never wrong at assuming they were awful people.
Wow. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
No,
They only tried to sue me.
They were fucking. He was interviewing them, and like, this dude was like borderline. Like, he was just fucking crazy. Like, he was just like, he asked them, it's like, would you like someone to do this to you? And he was just like, no. And it's like, then why do you do other people? Because it makes me money. Like, that was basically his like reasoning and shit. So like, yeah, they're not great fucking people. But yeah, his channel's banger at the moment. Oh, he also interviewed Uber drivers or ex-Uber drivers, and that was interesting.
He spent the day with Jake Paulers. That's incredible. And their
Jesus.
parents. And their parents.
And their parent.
Like in parentheses, it says "in their parents."
Damn, man.
That's fucking good.
I would love to make content like this, but like,
You gotta move
You
to
know.
LA.
yeah, that and like.
No, he could find crazy people in New
Yeah, I
York.
could find crazy people on the East Coast. It ain't that
But I mean,
hard.
like West Coast people, it's like you can literally like put out calls for casting.
no,
off, like,
yeah,
those
I know.
positions.
Crazy people just show up to your doorstep. Like,
Like
it's that
it's
bad.
like a media centric city, so like people like who maybe wouldn't even do it, they see those casting calls.
Well,
They
the
would
thing
know.
is, here on like the East Coast, people are less inclined to be like like they don't share, so it's like hard to get stuff. Like people are more private, you know.
in a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, especially with things they like enjoy. Like there's a witch coven in Brooklyn. I know that for a fact because they were on the news not too long ago. Well, not too long ago, like in the last 4 years, because they put a hex on the president.
Oh, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like not like the article itself, but the article headline just in memes.
Yeah. And I just think it would be really fun and like interesting to go and like do like a little video on those people. I think it would be a lot of fun. But like I don't have. It would help if I had like an extra person or two, and that
Just
is
more
also hard.
resources and all that.
Yeah, more resources. That's the problem.
clones.
Can't make any content because you
Make
know.
clones.
Anthrocon.
I mean,
make
that's gonna be a lot of fun.
clones.
I'm hoping.
Are you saying make Floam like the
No,
like,
clones.
make clones?
Clone.
Clone
Oh, yeah,
yourself.
let me-
Clone.
Let me just go clone myself. Let me call up Elon Musk right now, okay?
Put your hair in a test tube and see what happens.
I thought you were gonna say put your hair in a testicle.
Put your
I mean,
hair in
you could do
fucking
that.
pocket pussy.
Oh my
That's
god, what if
disgusting.
you did that in a Pantha mini you?
That
You
would
put
be
your
terrifying.
DNA in a pocket pussy and leave it in the sun for a week. It'll grow an extra person.
There'd just be some like adult man, just like fucking squeezed into a
It's like
pocket
it's
pussy.
like a potted plant, you know, like you're growing a human out of a pocket pussy in the
Instead
sunlight.
of taking in oxygen or instead of taking CO2, they take in oxygen. Same fundamental.
Oh my god, that's fucking disgusting. Imagine putting those things on your front porch and your neighbors are walking by. It's like, are those plants? That's a pocket pussy.
And it's not clean either.
Oh man, is there something growing out of that? Oh god, Jim, there's a baby. There's a baby in the
It's like, but like the baby's like so fucked that like starts using the pocket pussy as a shell, like a hermit crab.
It looks like what's his name? Gollum from like the Lord of the Rings.
This is how we create a species that will destroy the human race.
This is the next dominant
we
species.
put
of the Earth
DNA
in
into
the
pocket
making.
pussies and see what happens.
Everybody was talking about test tube babies being bad. Well, get ready for pocket pussy babies.
They
This is
become,
how you make artificial life.
the pocket pussy is like part of like their body.
It's like a special power, like the gems in Steven.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's like a fucking shell.
It's their torso,
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
and then arms and legs sprout out, and they never grow past like a foot tall.
They're like just a completely different species. Oh my god.
Dude, don't you kind of wish there was like more species of humans? Just like
No.
like wouldn't it be interesting if there was like a short human, a medium human, and a
we already
tall
got
human?
short P.
No, but I don't just
Brandon.
mean like 4 foot. I mean like 2 foot. And then
Brandon, the word you're looking for is midget.
Whoa, can't use that word. That's like the N word.
I'm not talking about
My
them.
bad.
Anyways,
You,
so it's like you have like humans who are like 2 feet tall. You have like the average humans of like 5 to 6 feet. Then you have like tall humans who are like 8 to fucking 9 feet tall. And it's just like there's like a hierarchy.
but
This-
both of
this
those things
sounds
have existed
horrible.
though, like 8 to 9 foot humans. They
Yeah,
just
but they
don't-
didn't live very
humans.
long.
Bitch,
Yeah,
They're not
where?
meant to be that tall.
they wouldn't be like versions of humans though. They like their organs would have to be completely restructured to like be able to support that height.
Damn, there goes my dream.
Yeah, it's almost
Why,
like it's
do you like want to
insane.
fuck like a bitch who's like 9 foot tall, like Brandon?
Maybe. What's wrong with that?
This is a impossible revelation of which I was not surprised for. I think.
Yeah, honestly, this isn't the worst thing Brandon's come to us with.
That's
Yeah, that
so
part with the
dumb.
boats earlier, like I don't know, man.
I didn't say anything about the boat. You want to say shit about the boats? Quite said shit about the boats. All right, we're gonna bring it back up again, motherfucker. All
What did I
right.
say about the boats? I actually forgot.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
me
alright.
who was the one who was like so
Plays
like slavery?
all. Quite just playing Alzheimer's over here. Like I fucking forgot. Shut your fucking
No,
mouth.
no, I feel like I would say something really fucked up about boats, but I'm trying to remember what it
You
was.
did.
What did I say?
No, it wasn't that bad. Oh my god.
What did I
Make
say?
him-
I
make
genuinely
him
don't
think it
remember.
was worse than it was,
me.
Diesel.
It was me. It was me. I don't know what the fuck
Oh.
you people are talking about.
Oh, you
but
said
I'm
it?
the one that said we should lay people down horizontally on the plane.
Oh, okay.
And when you started talking about boats, and then put words in my mouth.
No, Brandon, you said we should take out all the seats on planes, have people lay down, and then me and Diesel drew the connection.
Wouldn't you rather
guys,
want to
what's
lay
wrong with
down
you?
a
You had
fucking
this
plane?
conversation 20 minutes ago. Like,
I do have early onset dementia.
me too.
High
My
five.
brain works fine.
We only think in 10-minute long intervals, you know, because we make YouTube videos.
I don't
We
have
forget
time
everything.
for anything longer than 10
What if the
minutes.
video goes over 10 minutes?
You
forget the first
then
couple
I forget
minutes.
everything that I said in it.
It's 2 videos. I pay someone to stitch it into one because I physically can't comprehend it.
Yeah, it's too big.
Like my 9 foot
Wow,
tall
we spent
girlfriend.
about 40 minutes not talking about anything we had on the topics.
Who
I'm okay
gives a
with that.
shit?
It's
Oh
been a
yeah,
lot of
Jeff
fun.
Epstein memes. Oh, he didn't fucking kill himself. Obviously,
no
you dumb
shit,
motherfucker.
no shit.
Well, you guys saw what happened, right?
No,
Oh,
I
funny
just know
you
memes
speculation,
spouted up again.
lol.
So it's like a lot more than just like the memes again that picked up. It was like
wait.
There was an autopsy report that the
no,
strange-
there's something even more than that.
Oh,
right?
what's beyond that?
Did he get called a boomer and sprouted up from the grave?
Yes. So there was a journalist, and I think they were at ABC, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and she was on camera and on mic saying like, "Oh, we had the Jeffrey Epstein story 3 years ago. We had everything, all this stuff." And basically the higher-ups, the producers, didn't want the story to run because they didn't want to kill a interview with, I think it was like the Prince of England and his like family. So they just kind of like squashed the story because they didn't want to lose that other interview, because the royal palace was trying to like, basically screw them over a bunch of different ways, right? So they basically killed the story.
Like the royal family in the
U.S. Oh, I thought you were gonna I thought you were gonna say they basically killed Jeffrey Epstein.
No, they killed the story because they didn't want to deal with like the ramifications. Basically, they didn't want to have to lose like their good graces in media terms with the royal family.
I heard didn't both parties
this?
though, like the person who was angry about it and the news network say that it was because like the interview itself wasn't the interview itself didn't exactly wasn't corroborated super well at the time.
The response from that going live from the news network and Anchor was that the interview at the time did not meet the editorial standards for ethical journalism for them to publish the story, but I don't really trust them personally.
I feel like there's obviously if that wasn't the case, there's obviously incentive for them to lie, but I feel like it's probably somewhere in the middle. Because,
here's why I think that's complete BS. Because this is a similar thing that's happened with Disney in the past, right? So what happened is there was basically a journalist who had found out that all these employees that worked at Disneyland were sex offenders, right? Like they were definitely on the registry.
Well, that's
right?
fucking bad.
And Disney was supposed to, screen these people because these people are going to be surrounded around children. And they went and they wanted to go push the story. And the news network was like, no, that you can't do that. Because I think this was one of the news networks that the Disney Corporation owned. So basically, if they had ran the story or were going to run the story, Disney would have just fired a bunch of people and a bunch of people would have lost their jobs. Because this is awful press. So basically what happened is that it ended up leaking online anyway and screwing over Disney regardless. So it either leaked online or to another outlet. It's been a while. It's been about...
Well, if you're a journalist...
The reason I'm saying what I'm saying though is it sounds like that it wasn't like they were told to just squash the story. It was more that you keep working on it. If you can find more, then we can look into it again. And because they didn't stop writing stuff about Jeffrey Epstein. I was watching Philly D and he said apparently there was 24 Jeffrey Epstein related stories in the years following that original interview claim. So I feel like it's probably somewhere in the middle.
I don't know. Having been exposed more to what I end up doing with college, right? There's a lot of people from traditional media. So you hear about the structure and how it works, and first of all, the people at the top are as crazy as the Wolf on Wall Street kind of type of people. It is that kind of
I'm not
kooky.
surprised in the slightest by that.
So
that's how I imagine them anyway.
At the end of the day, we're not gonna know, but personally, I don't trust the media to do that anyway, because when you look at the kind of person Jeffrey Epstein was and the connections he had, who's to say that an executive wasn't one of his friends?
Yeah.
It's that completely reasonable, and you wouldn't want to jeopardize your network like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I always kind of just assumed that big media, the Wolf on Wall Street type of imaging of or characteristics of a fucking CEO or About Right. Or someone who's super wealthy. I feel like that's how it would be anyways. I kind of just always assume that. I never trust the media anyways for a lot of the stuff. It's it's dumb. Like as you said, it's like it is in pockets of big companies. So it's like if you are Disney and you have dirt and you own all these fucking news companies, you control everything they get. It's the same as if a government had control over the media, except it's just a company instead. And the government does have control over
Well, the
media
government
to
is a
some
big
fucking
company
extent.
at the end of the day. Let's be
Yeah.
real. But
It's a big company that we pay money to for no fucking reason.
we pay money for the infrastructure and protection.
Hey, if the infrastructure was good, why are there potholes in the street? I had to dodge
Exactly.
one yesterday.
Exactly. Now you're thinking ANCAP. Now let's privatize the roads and legalize cocaine.
Okay, wait. Okay. Do you
You had
guys
to roll
think at
back
some
on-
point... No, listen. Do you guys think at some point all drugs are going to be, like, decriminalized? Because I think so. At some point.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not
I
saying
think they'll just
legal,
be
but
new
I'm
drugs
saying
that they'll
decriminalized.
criminalize.
I think once we get into the point where psychedelics are decriminalized, I think it's going to start, like...
What, you think they're gonna
becoming-
decriminalize fentanyl and like heroin? Like,
I think instead of putting people in jail for it, they're gonna start like actually having like instead of jail, it's gonna be forced rehabilitation.
I mean, that would be much better than like destroying somebody's life. Let's be real.
I think at some point that's gonna happen because so psychedelics are popping up in the news and shit because they're being used to treat people with addictions like cocaine and like alcoholism. Like it's being used to treat these people who have these severe addictions, and it's working. Like it's been proven that it works a lot of the fucking time. And there's clinics and shit you can go to in certain countries that like they give you a fucking tab of LSD and they're like, okay, we're gonna go on a trip. And you sit down in a chair and this dude guides you through a fucking LSD trip. Totally legal.
Jesus.
Like, if that fucking happened, like, I feel like that's like the best form of therapy because it's ego death. You are getting someone to look at themselves without themselves in the picture.
You're
can't
radiating
wait.
huge Joe Rogan energy right now.
I am Joe Rogan. I'm gonna shave my fucking head. I'm gonna become a UFC fighter. I'm going all in. Hey guys, you hear about DMT? Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie, can you pull up the article they were talking about? Those apes.
The monkeys having DMT?
having DMT.
Jamie, pull up the article. Look
at
see
these
this
guys, look at
monkey?
'em.
They're fucking nasty. Dude, they'd rip you apart. They're fucking muscular. Imagine that monkey on DMT. Okay, Boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Was it
okay,
Vitaly
boomer.
who gave the monkey like a fucking blunt?
Monkey
Maybe.
with a blunt?
Yeah, somehow Vitaly got near a monkey. Somebody let him near an animal, and he gave it like a puff of weed or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah, that'd spark out.
Dude, have you seen Vitaly these days? He is like shredded.
Apparently, he's mates with Justin Bieber nowadays.
Okay.
Can you link me? Because like I think I have the right person in mind, but like I'm
Oh,
not
you know
exactly
exactly
sure.
who this is.
Just
He
send
used
it
to be
and
a
I'll
big
tell
prank
you.
channel back in the
Oh
day.
yeah, I know who he is. The guy with the really wide eyes.
Wide
yeah,
eyes.
this-
Yeah, I guess.
This guy.
No, his eyes aren't wide. His nose is big. That's what it was.
But
Yeah,
like,
that
look,
guy.
he looks like he's got boobs.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Steroids.
Yeah, apparently that was a thing he like did, like no cap.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he-
still taking steroids. There's no way
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not.
No, I don't believe it if he said he wasn't.
Yeah, if he's saying
Apparently-
he's not juicing now, that's baloney.
His muscles look like they're going to rip out of his fucking skin.
He looks like a fucking JoJo character. Like,
He's a
you gonna
huge
tell me he's
douchebag.
not taking steroids?
you gonna tell me it wasn't drawn by the same artist?
Yeah,
This man is a
Hirohiko
living
Araki
caricature.
definitely drew Vitaly.
For sure.
Dude, he had like so there's like a channel, his name is Shredded Sports Science. Excellent channel for fitness stuff, by the way. Highly recommend if you're looking for like nutrition information. But he did a video basically kind of like criticizing Vitaly for kind of like his gym behavior. And he was like doing these like pranks, quote unquote, where he would just walk up to dudes in the gym and be like, "Why are you looking at child porn? Stop resting on the machine." And it's just
Hey,
like,
so
you
first
can't
of all-
say that.
That's fucked up. Second,
Exactly.
Now we're definitely demonetized. And probably on a watch list.
Oh my god. I was quoting him. Like that is something
I
he
know you were
actually did.
quoting him, but just the words are cursed.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that was like he was doing. Oh, also he's friends with Dan Blazarian, which
Isn't that guy who has like a lot of women around him all the time because he has a small penis?
yeah. He's Mr.
Yeah, that guy.
Instagram King himself, absolute Chad Maximus man.
He's like a complete champ. At the same time, it's like It's like, wow.
Oh,
you must have a
it's
lot of
it's like
confidence.
100% fabricated.
Yeah, I mean,
he pays
it-
those women to come there.
Yeah, and like that's like the saddest part. It's like this dude's like flexing on these women and shit. And it's just like, you probably have a small penis. And now he's gonna be like write a mean comment on here and be like, my dick's massive. I'll have you know I'm a 10-incher.
Speaking of like people commenting on our videos, whatever happened to Joe on a boat?
I feel like I've seen his comments around, man. I mean, now he's definitely
I
gonna
don't
show up
see
in
him
the
anymore.
comments.
Fuck.
Wasn't Joe on a boat? Literally. a
Maybe
channel
he's
we
like
talked
just-
about, and he, like,
Yeah,
went
we
on a
did.
boat.
We named an episode after him.
With an episode.
You know,
We talked about him for like 2
you-
seconds, and we're like, Joe on a boat, Joe on a boat, Joe on a boat.
Because we thought it was this fucking guy. Yeah, Joe in a boat. I remember him. All
God, I
his
miss
fucking
him so
videos have him in the thumbnail in the same picture. He made a tier list.
He
2
looks
days
the
ago.
exact same in every picture. It's incredible.
That's probably because it's the exact same picture.
It is. So Joe on a boat has made a tier list for upcoming films.
He has a video. He has a
He's a
video
total
with
character.
YMS.
I think we talked about this before, and we were like, is he a character? But like, he's definitely like looking at this. So it has like multiple camera angles and shit. He's a fucking character. He has to.
He's
be
a character. So what?
Yeah.
Who do you think Joe on a boat really is?
Probably a
I
guy
don't-
named Joe who really likes boats, and he's like,
He's
oh,
probably just a
dude.
dude. Like, I'm sure he's got like a family or some shit. Or maybe he's like a total rager and he does cocaine. Like loads of drugs or something.
You know what? I could believe it.
He apparently lives on his boat in Marina Del Rey. Where's that?
I have no fucking idea.
That's either
You're asking
Florida
me
or
about geography.
California.
That fucking sounds like a Lana.
Sounds
Like I
li-
thought it was Lana Del Rey for a second. I was like, it's a fucking singer.
This channel
California.
can only be made in Florida. Is it California?
California. Yeah.
Damn it, my predictions are wrong.
Hold on. Let's see. Marina Del Rey. I'm
You just
pulling it up
checked.
on the map.
Yeah, it's in California.
Marina Del Rey is in New York.
We might be looking at 2 different Marina Del
Well,
Reys.
then how about you link me?
Is there a Marina
Okay.
Del Rey in Florida?
Well,
Oh,
apparently
no,
there's a
homie.
Marina Del Rey in the Bronx.
Is it a lake?
There you
It's
go, bro.
attached to the
There.
fucking ocean, you idiot. Marina Del Rey. Oh, maybe it's that one.
I'd
Yeah, I'm
believe it
gonna
if it was
assume
in
it's the. What
California.
were you looking at?
I was looking at the other Marina Del Rey.
Was it
Oh,
was it
wait
still
a
like
second.
a marina with like boats and
Apparently, this is a wedding venue. I've made an awful mistake.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was asking you if it even had a body of water, and you're like, it's the ocean.
Okay, it is the ocean. It's the ocean.
Is it on the ocean?
Yes.
Did
Yes. New York
Really?
City is on the ocean.
I know, but is
The
it close
Atlantic.
enough to have a boat in the fucking water?
Yes, the Hudson River is on one side, and there's the East River on the other side.
Okay, that's all you need to know. Your mistake is valid.
Maybe you would know if you actually visited here.
Why would I want to go to the Bronx?
Well, maybe not the Bronx, but you know.
I only want to go for Joker standards, if anything.
Oh my God.
the Joker, baby. Sorry, I had to say it.
I'll even buy makeup. If I go to the Bronx within 2019, I'll buy makeup and I'll go in Joker stairs.
Oh,
That's not
I
gonna
am
happen.
so holding you to that now.
I
Please-
said
please
if
come.
I go to the Bronx
Please
in
come.
2019, that gives me 2 fucking months and I have
You got
no
time.
trips planned.
You
Guys.
got time.
Joe has spoken. The unspoken rules of Fortnite.
Ah, yes, Joe on the boat, giving us the hard facts.
He is playing he's playing Fortnite on a Switch and there's a seal behind him in the first 1 second.
This guy's
Seal?
totally-
Oh,
yeah,
there
he's
is.
a
Is that like?
character.
What the fuck? Why is there a seal there? Like, how is
just
it just on
chilling.
the boat?
It's hiding from orcas. Oh, I saw a fucking
I
video
love-
on Reddit of an injured seal on ice, and an orca came out and grabbed its tail, and the seal didn't even fucking struggle. It's just like, it just gave up.
There's a
I
really
just gave
like
up.
suspicious can or like jug in the back of Joe's setup that just is labeled very second-handedly not bleach.
Yeah, he's a character.
Like,
Well,
like
I
If we
wanna
said
know
he
what the
wasn't a
lore is
character
behind
before,
him,
we
you
were
know?
wrong.
this has got to be like an ARG, bro.
He's got merch in a Discord server.
Should we join the Discord server? I'm joining that Discord server.
Hey, Joe, I'm on a boat. We're gonna talk about anything on our topic list.
No.
I don't know. I'm very convinced that Joe on a boat is actually a deep fake
Of who?
Somebody
of
who's
Joe
creator
on the
of
land.
boat. Joe on the land.
Let's talk about a shark dating sim I played.
Fine.
All right, so I played a shark dating sim called Shark Dating Simulator XL. I know, very, very hard to believe it's a shark dating sim. And I played it. It was released in 2017. It was for a video that's coming out when this goes up. Actually, it should already be out. Anyways, so I played that, and it's awful. And it came out in 2017. It's early access. It costs $1. It's 99 cents. And I was waiting for the new characters to be implemented, and there's no new characters. It's still Shark Chan and only Shark Chan. And then throughout the game, you collect balls if you're a gentleman. And at the end of the game, if you have enough balls, you get laid. And if you don't have enough balls, you get tied up and tortured sexually.
Dude,
I got tied up and tortured.
I see that as an absolute win.
Dude, there's like, this is completely like unrelated at this point, but like looking at Joe in the boat, I'm watching his Fortnite gameplay, and he literally censors the clothed ass of his player character. The entire game, he motion tracks their butt with a blur that barely blurs it.
Well,
He's got to be a character. He's got to be. There's got to be more to him.
Somebody else is editing this for him. I'm certain. This is too well made.
His son's probably doing it. I mean,
He's still on a boat. Are you kidding me?
I'd imagine. Like I would say,
He's
like
on
he's
a
probably
boat.
some dude with a family or whatever. I don't know.
Turns
if
out
he
Joe
is,
on a
you know.
boat is actually a millionaire, and he's just like, man, these guys are never gonna find it out.
If he's a millionaire, it doesn't fucking matter if people find out. He's good.
I mean, he is living in a very expensive area.
On a houseboat.
I mean, yeah, but still, it's expensive. Like, it can't.
That's
be
what I
cheap.
mean, though. Like houseboats are expensive too. Like he's in an
I
expensive
feel like
area
a
on an
houseboat's
even.
more expensive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah, and he's in California.
it's like he's living in an expensive area on an expensive thing to live in. Like he's probably doing pretty well.
What if he works at Google?
Fuck me.
What if he
Google?
is? What? Yeah, I was.
What if he's Joe Google, the creator of Google?
Joe Google.
Joe Google.
I like how Brandon just flippantly told us about the shark he banged, and we're just like,
Hey, I didn't
it's
get banned. I
Joe.
got sexually tortured.
You didn't collect
That's
enough
close
balls.
No, we
Talk-
figured out at the end of the game we didn't collect enough balls.
Talking
So
ball
like
torture?
at the end of the game, she was like, "You can see my boobies, but on one condition." And then it fucking goes to like this screen we're being tortured.
Did it show anything?
No,
Well,
the most you got
what's
was
the
shark
point?
ass. But it was closed. It was closed shark ass.
It's not even like it's drawn, and like this is drawn like Western cartoon porn, right? Like not hentai.
No, it's Western.
Oh,
But there was
Is
a
it-
lot of Japanese shit mixed in, like with like the fucking terminology, like
was
Shark
it like
Chan.
anime-ish style then, or what?
well, it looks like a
It had
DeviantArt
anime
trash fire.
style. It had anime style in terms of like character expression. But it is definitely a Western drawn character. It is not
Okay.
anime enough to be an anime character ish thing. But like, so the shark was called Shark Chan, and Shark Chan was like really needy. And the whole story of the whole thing is Shark Chan is a human that got turned into a shark. And then you then turn her into a half shark, half human at the end, and that's when you bang.
Of course.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think I'll stick to Monster Prom.
I'll link. I mean, Monster Prom's a lot better than this shit. I'll link the
Apparently,
Steam
I
page.
can't wait till Monster Prom 2. I'm excited.
So, okay, keep in mind this game was made in 2017, and the aspect ratio isn't exactly like 1080p. It's not the 4:3 either. It's in between. There's black bars on the right sides for like right and left side for no fucking reason. But yeah, it's fucking horrendous. But yeah, what do you think you're doing, Baka? Yes.
God, this is cringe. Is what
These
this is.
screenshots are
It is.
awful.
It fucking is. and then whenever you get balls, this random announcer comes on and it's just like it's like a robot voice, and they're like, let's see if this works. You got fuck, it's not working. I don't have it set up right. They're like you got balls, and it like fucking drops the balls in the screen. It's so fucking bad. Oh,
I'm
but
gonna
yeah.
drop the balls.
Why don't you
fam.
play the Colonel Sanders dating sim?
Because I wanted something obscure and could make a good thumbnail, and Colonel Sanders wouldn't make a good thumbnail. I'll show you the
That's true.
thumbnail.
That's true.
Here, I'll show you. Like, the thumbnail's fucking beautiful, dude. Like, this is gonna get so many fucking views. That was sarcastic, by the way.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's definitely gonna like do well.
Bang.
It's so fucking bad. And then there's like it's just so bad. Then like the person who gets you to the ocean to begin with is like a marine biologist, and they call him a fish scientist in the game. And then like there's like a joke about how the main character, which is you, only read the first line, which was big-breasted 26-year-old needs help on the fucking job application. So it's just so bad. It's such a bad fucking game. All right. Anything
I mean,
else?
there's plenty of other high culture dating sims you could always play. You know.
I mean, I wanted to play a
there's
bad
plenty-
one. It also only costed me $1.
There's plenty of fish in the sea, if you will.
There's
Still be
always
weird, this
coming
is
out on
supposed to
top.
explain, though.
Ew.
Yeah, that was
Alright,
that was
so-
a pretty good one.
Y'all ready to wrap up?
Mhm.
All right, so thank you for watching this episode of the Loudmouse Podcast. As always, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at loudmouse_, on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can probably find us there. Anyways, we will see you guys next time. Hopefully monetized, probably not.